Anytime somebody on your team is engaging or interacting with a patient, that is a touch point. So when they call at any time, that's a patient touch point. When they transition from the waiting room, when they walk through the front door, that's a touch point. When they go from the waiting room to the treatment room, that is a touch point. When you're introducing the doctor, that's a touch point. When you're doing the treatment plan, that's a touch point. When you're reappointing, that's a touch point. So instead of just saying overall, here's what needs to happen, we break that down into 8 to 10 chunks, right? Each touch point is very, very intentional. So something has to happen during each of these interactions, and we have to control it. We have to be very intentional about it. And that leads to the overall mission and vision of the practice. Everything leads back to that. So there is a certain way that you have that conversation when somebody calls. You lead the conversation. You're already starting to build trust and rapport. You're already speaking to them like they're a friend. You're already doing certain things to make sure that, okay, I'm going to go to the next level. I'm going to schedule an appointment. That is an affirmative. That is a thumbs up for that particular patient touch point. They walk through the door for the very first time. What happens? How many times have we been to a fast food restaurant, even a nice restaurant, or a medical doctor's office, or even a dental office, when people don't even look up when you swing those doors open? Nobody even acknowledges that you're there.
Or
right?
that on the phone, one finger.
Yep, excuse me. Yep. Or hold please. Hold please in person is about the worst thing you could do to dismiss somebody. Yeah. So how are we intentionally handling that particular interaction? What happens when the back office person goes to the reception area and they're greeting Mrs. Jones for the very first time? What are we doing? Are we shaking hands? Are we making small talk? Are we calling them by their first name, first and last name? Do we have a smile on our face? How are we presenting ourselves? What's the body language look like? When you're walking down the hall to the treatment room, what does that look like? When you're seating them in the chair for the very first time, how is that go? We're donning the bib, we're adjusting the headrest, we're explaining what's going to happen for the next 45 minutes. How are we handling each and every one of those things? If you can break those down to 8 to 10, like chunks, and master every single one of those with role playing and understanding why that's important to the team, because you're not going to be there for each of those touch points. That's how we control that patient journey.